gentlemen. KG from the PodFix Filmcast. I mean, if you guys are social distancing away from this topic as well, that's fine. You can skip this call, but is Bill Engvall doing okay? I'm curious if he is on a quarantine. How is his approval rating with the wife going if they are kind of trapped in the same spot? It'd be interesting to know. Has it gone up? Has it gone down? But, you know, is he safe? Is he safe? And I can't believe it's me that has to check in on this. Anyway, keep up the good work, guys. You're helping us all get through this. All right, later.
Hello and welcome to issue number 141 of Headline Heroes, a comedy podcast where we take today's headlines, create a comic book origin story. My name is Drew Mick.
I'm Nathan Haynes.
And I'm Tanner Ackerman.
Drew, why you sound so sad?
Nate, just fucking do it. I know you have it up.
All right, let's just get to it.
I don't want to, you know, just skirt around it. Let's just get to it.
You'll be happy to know that Bill is okay on a lot of levels. He's still got his humor, which is great. He took a picture of himself at some sort of big box store in front of a bunch of toilet paper, and he says, "The mother load." But I just want you to know, Bill is also advocating for taking only as much as you need, because he does say, "I only took my allotted amount," which is very responsible, and I think an important role model in these trying times.
No, I pretend like I hate it. I do hate it, actually. I don't pretend.
You're so good at pretending that you actually do.
I hate it, but I do tend to ask follow-up questions. Is this on his Twitter that you're figuring this stuff out?
Yeah, this is Twitter.
Okay,
this is Twitter,
okay.
I follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
A lovely picture of him and his granddaughter. That's nice. He did have to reschedule some shows, though. So.
Yeah. Well, who didn't? The Headline Heroes live show. We were gonna do it. Oh,
Yeah.
boy. Had it, but
yeah, damn it. Ugh.
And we were, of course, gonna do it at the Chuckle Bucket in Omaha, Nebraska. Tanner knows some people.
Yeah, I pulled some strings at the Chuckle Bucket.
Now, Nate, do we also need to? Do you have his website up where we can get these percentages down?
Of course I do.
Okay.
Of course I do. But you know what? For the sake of time, let's not dilly dally.
Well,
we'll get through it.
I do want to say this. Today is 4/2/20. Happy 4/20. Last time we did this was December 4th, 2019. Of course. So it's been 4 months. So yeah, what do we got?
I'm going to forego having you guys guess, if that's okay. Just
okay, that's fine
for time.
Okay,
unless you think it's important.
For
my
reference
approval rating
sake,
with the misses.
Last time we checked, it was at 72%. So let's see what we got.
Well, you know, I think so that time home together has really increased their bond, because Bill's at an 88%.
Wow.
Wow,
Put
right?
that down. All right.
Good for Bill.
Okay.
And you know what? Knee pain, I think because he's been stuck home, he hasn't been moving around that much. Knee pain, 65%, which is down from 89% that it was at Christmas.
Oh, you're right. Sometimes I forget about which way is good, which way is bad. And I guess we've determined, that down is bad. So
is it? Have we actually figured it out?
I think Nate just took it upon himself to just say that it's good.
Well, I mean, here's how I interpret it. I have 100% knee pain. There's no way I can interpret that as if it was just
okay,
knee,
yeah, that's
100%.
Okay, I think
if it was knee health, I guess
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
He's
That's good.
He's distinctly saying how strong or pure is the knee pain.
Yeah.
Bill holding out his other third thing, because he's always got three, of course. As chances I ski this year, he's still being kind of optimistic given the whole CDC thing. He's saying 24%, which I still think is kind of high. But I mean, I don't know. You can get out there and I guess not be 6 feet within 6 feet of each other. So I guess that's probably possible.
Well, good on Bill, I guess. Has he done any embarrassing Reddit things?
Oh, yeah, I forgot
Not that I've noticed.
that.
He hasn't tweeted about it. If he has, so.
What was it, like urinary tract health or something?
Yeah, it was. Yes, that was it. I believe.
Man,
Yeah,
that was random.
I do want you to know that. Okay, I don't understand this. Oh, okay, I do understand it now. But I'm just gonna say it. So I searched Reddit.com for Bill Engvall. And 3 subreddits came up, and R Here's Your Sign was the top one. But then the second one was R Jennifer Lawrence, and the third one was Jennifer Lawrence News, and then specifically Jennifer Lawrence nude pics leaked.
Oh.
Now, I had no idea why that would be, but apparently Jennifer Lawrence did actually have landed us a role on the Bill Engvall show at one point.
Yeah, it sounds like she was his daughter, right?
Oh, seriously? Is that where she got her start?
That's a big role for Jennifer Lawrence.
Maybe not daughter. I'm looking right now.
I need to know.
Let's hear. Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence played Lauren Pearson, Bill and Susan's daughter. She is the oldest and is the leader when the kids scheme and plan, according to Wikipedia.
How many seasons did that show have?
3 seasons, baby.
Are you shitting me?
No, sir. They had 8 episodes in season 1. That was in 2007. 12 episodes in season 2, and then back down to 10 episodes for the final season.
Wow, that's like...
And don't worry, everybody. We are going to watch Bill Engvall show together in some time.
Don't
worry.
Are we?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, of course we are.
Yeah. I do have... here's some news that I found. You remember how we talked about... Yeah, we just mentioned it, the AMA he did about the prostate thing, or whatever it was. I don't even know. He did do an AMA 5 years before with a different username.
So he forgot his login.
He forgot his login. Jesus Christ!
I can't imagine he's on Reddit that much, so it can be forgiven after 5 years.
Yeah, I guess that's funny.
Engvall played a family counselor called Bill Pearson who cannot always understand his own family.
AMA. What question from 5 years ago? What's the funniest thing that happened during the Blue Collar Comedy Tour? Bill Engvall. When we bought a remote control truck and ran it out on stage when Jeff was on.
That's pretty
yeah,
good.
that would actually be pretty funny.
All right. That's cool. Yeah, like I mentioned, today is good job, Bill. We're all rooting for you. Thank you for keeping us through this these good times. No, that's not right.
You know what, Drew? I'm thinking we should tweet at him. At the Headline Heroes, see if we can't get him on the show. I'm just gonna get on Headline Heroes real quick. Let me just jump on here. Oh, it seems like Drew. Seems like I can't. Something's wrong with our Twitter account. What's going on? Do you know anything about this?
Yeah, I did want to mention this to you guys. I went on Twitter, and I thought it'd be real fun if I updated the Headline Heroes account to have a birthday, which coincidentally is today, April 2nd, 2017 was when we started.
When we're recording.
This is when we're recording. So happy 3-year anniversary, first of all.
Hey, wow. Good, go us.
Yeah, go us. But I decided to put our birthday on the Twitter account, and now Twitter thinks we're 3 years old, goo goo gaga, and says we can't be on Twitter. So
we got kicked off Twitter.
Yeah, that's on me. I feel like an idiot. And then when they requested photo ID, and I said, fuck that. And I sent them a screenshot of our podcast, Apple podcast page, and said, we're a podcast. And we haven't heard anything for 3 days. So I goofed up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll see if we have it fixed by the time this comes out.
It's more funny to me than anything.
Yeah. So sorry.
I needed that, Drew. Thank you.
Yeah. I fucked up. But do you actually think we should tweet at Bill Engvall? Do we think we're there?
Yeah, I wondered if Nate was being serious.
I think shoot your shot.
What's that?
I said shoot your shot,
What do we go for? What do we tweet at him? Do we say, "Hey, want to be on our show?"
Hey Bill, big fans. Love to talk about you on our show. Would love to have you on sometime. To just shoot the shit.
We could put a little
could need a little editing there, but
put a little compilation together of all the times we talked about Bill.
If we're
yeah, I mean, we did put him on blast really hardcore.
We can strategically edit that out. That's fine.
But so
Bill, your AMA is good.
say that he actually would say yes. What the fuck would we do?
A show as normal.
I really think, I don't even know if we're like gonna keep this in the show or not, but I really think it would be like we would be like, what would a blue collar comedy hero look like to you? Like, I think we would cater it a little bit to his forte. We'd have to sort of
we could
maybe forego the headline portion,
or we could have him bring
it,
his own headline in or something like that.
Well, I mean, I want to make it to be as easy peasy for him as possible.
That's true.
I don't want to be like, hey, we need you to get an article, and have him be like, it's too much.
And we can also just use it as a time to just talk to Bill, like, you know. Anyway,
get some real answers about these percentages. Like, I'm genuinely like, how do you decide when to update them? Are you actually doing it, or is it something?
Can you settle the debate?
I need the
is 65% good or bad for pain? I don't know.
I feel like Nate has actually thought this through before.
Anyway,
I mean, we could. You never know. You never know.
That's fair.
I'm saying.
It's better to be prepared.
He had a podcast, right?
He might still have it.
It was like weirdly progressive too.
My 2 cents podcast by Bill Engvall.
When was the last episode?
Let's see.
Maybe he forgot his login.
He's got a whole backlog.
He probably said his podcast as being 3 years old.
It's been a cool 3 years. So his podcast career ended just as ours was getting on its feet.
Nice. So I think there's
some poetry in that.
Spirit of Bill. Anyway, let's forget all that dumb shit I did and maybe get to what we usually do. And Nate, can you tell Tanner and me what that is?
Right. So every week, you, Tanner, and I get together. We look at some strange and bizarre headlines that we've had sent in to us by our lovely listeners. We pick one of those headlines at random and use that as an origin story for a superhero or supervillain. Tanner, what did we make last week? And so what are we making this week?
Well, it sounds like you didn't even try to remember.
No, I kind of just gave, in the spirit of time, and also because I just kind of gave up, I just decided to skip. I knew it was something with like cart. I don't know.
No, that was pretty good actually. So we did a villain,
and that's only because I saw the episode title and remembered that we were arguing about how to spell cart.
Yeah, Drew did not like the way we chose to spell it.
No, we put an X and a Z in there. It's fine. So, I got everything I wanted.
They were a villain. Their name was Cart Wrangler.
He's still salty about it a week later.
Yeah, I'm so salty that I fucking banned our Twitter account. Fuck you guys.
I would rather have our Twitter account banned than have us tweet that out.
But yeah, so Cart Wrangler was their name. They were a villain. They were really skilled at using shopping carts, and they stole a bunch of Wrangler jeans. I think was part of the Wrangler name.
I think that was a line we just
why not? Of course.
So that means we're going to do a hero this week. And I picked a headline at random already, and that one is actually number 2 for you guys. And the headline is, Man Helps Thirsty Pigeon Enjoy Some Water from New York City Drinking Fountain.
Okay. And this one comes to, oh boy. Curtis Clutch Erickson. Thank you, Curtis, for sending this one in. Thank you.
Aw, that's cute. There's a video.
All right. Have you ever, any of you guys ever, rescued an animal like that? Now, Nate.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
I don't know where you're going to go with this.
Didn't you rescue a squirrel at one point?
God, rescue a squirrel? I don't think that.
What did you rescue one time? I swear you rescued something. And then,
could you be more specific? I feel like I remember this.
An animal. I swear you had an animal. What was it?
I mean, I appreciate you thinking of me like that, but I really don't
swear Libby brought home some animal of some kind.
Oh God, yes.
Okay, I'm not
imagining in my youth. I was like thinking like 18 and under, and I'm like,
no, this was within the past year.
Oh yeah, we rescued a squirrel for sure.
It was totally a squirrel.
How does that not jump out to you, Nate?
I don't know, because because I immediately ruled out that it was a recent thing, just because like that part of it like slipped my mind, and so I was like, it must be earlier. It must be when I was young.
Let me just write this down. Nate doesn't care about his marriage. All right.
So yeah, we had a squirrel. I can't believe we didn't talk about this on the podcast.
Yeah, what?
Maybe we did.
How am I just hearing about this?
No idea.
Yeah, okay. If you don't remember Tanner and I don't, so we mustn't have talked about it on the podcast. No, there's like a squirrel in our front yard that must have like a small thing that must have like fallen out of a tree and like broke its leg or something. And so my wife brought it inside and put it in a box with some, I believe, very cute with a little raspberry and some water. And we did keep it in a box overnight in our house to take it to the emergency vet the next day. Allegedly, it did very well, and I don't think we've called back in the months since to figure out whatever happened to the squirrel. But ostensibly, they nursed it back to health and then released it back into the wild. So, I had to have some experience saving animals, but really, it was all Livy who did anything. I was just kind of along for the ride. And then there was that one time that we caught a mouse, 2 times actually, that we caught a mouse and then drove it 2 miles away from our house to let it out rather than kill it.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess you could call me a modern day Steve Irwin. I don't know.
Tanner, do you have
I have a dog, so I guess you could say I'm a bit of an animal lover.
Tanner, you got any stories?
I mean, both my cats are technically rescues. I did air quotes there. I mean, they were both found in like out on farms or like near farms. But as far as like finding like a wounded animal or something, I found a dog that like had clearly gotten out of a yard once and held on to it until someone drove by that it was the owner of.
Oh, I had it for like 2 weeks. Had a name.
No, just held on to it.
To drive by.
No, I was just like chilling on the curb, petting it because I figured someone was gonna come looking for it, and they did.
Yeah.
That's about it. Have you ever nursed an animal back to health or anything?
Well, I'm not gonna say I'm at the same level as Nate, but probably better. Tanner, you would remember this. In 2008, there was like a huge, big flood that happened.
Oh my god, I know what you're gonna say.
Do you?
Yes, there's a cell phone footage of it.
Yeah, in 2008, there was this big flood that hit most of the Midwest, including my hometown. And like after the flood was like going down, me and my friend Patrick took our bikes and like started just going around town, like just seeing what there was to see after a flood. And we found a fish in the gutter. And it was like in a little bit of water, but it was like not going to last long. And Tanner, it was by the junior high, which is like 3 blocks away from the river. So yeah. Patrick and I took turns basically just kind of like not kicking, but just kind of like nudging this thing towards the river until we got it to the river. It was fine.
Didn't one of you pick it up at some point?
I think Patrick did pick it up and like booked it the last block and threw it in the river.
Yeah, because I was on vacation in Branson, Missouri during this whole thing, so I didn't deal with any of the flooding, but I remember getting a cell phone video from you, and it was just Pat picking up a phone and like sprinting half a block and then like throwing the fish into like a big body of water.
Oh, so at the point, I think we didn't actually have to like kick and nudge it and finally like carry and throw it into the river, like all the way over to the river. We did, but like we took it only as far as the flood had reached. So like the flood was still up like a couple blocks. So it got back in the river. So like,
do you think it remembers?
Actually funny you should ask that. 4 years after that, I was like getting mugged on the street, as happens. All the time. I'm constantly getting mugged.
Being mugged by the local.
And this like
river.
shadow came out of nowhere and just beat the tar out of the guy who was mugging me, and then like turned to me and like I saw like a twinkle in its eye, and it was the fish. And then it went away and just jumped back into the river. So
wow, do you think it was the same one?
I don't know for sure, but I don't know what other fish would do that for me. So I like to think. I like to imagine. The guy promptly got back up and mugged me. Turns out the fish doesn't like hit hard with those flippers, so like sorry, but it was a thought that counts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It can't all be winners. Yeah. Well, that sounds very noble of you, Drew.
Yeah, thank you. And then I also have a dog and a chinchilla that I definitely got myself and basically didn't step into this role.
Extremely selfless.
Do we have any ideas for this article?
Let's see. It is a hero, right?
Which again, man
a
helps
hero.
thirsty pigeon enjoy some water. I have an idea. I'm not sure. What if it's just a guy who's all about staying hydrated? Like all about drinking water?
Oh, okay. So like a Hydro Man, but like not like
Not like
not
the
the
Spider-Man villain.
Not made of water.
Like literally just, can you like shoot water out? No, just here, and hands him an Aquafina bottle. Stay hydrated.
So is he a man? It's like a hot New York summer, and there's a construction worker just like jackhammering on a corner, because I think like by law they have to have someone jackhammering on a corner somewhere.
Every
And, like,
corner.
the dude's getting like really sweaty, and like you can tell he's like, I don't know, getting close to heat stroke, and like he turns around to I don't know, fucking grab his helmet or something, and in place of a helmet is just a bottle of Aquafina.
Oh, so it's kind of like a Easter bunny or like a leprechaun.
don't talk about Easter bunnies right now, please.
Oh, I was hoping we wouldn't talk about Animal Crossing this week.
You brought it upon yourself.
But do you want to just like bring up what this?
Listen,
fucking
all I'll say is
woe
there's an event where there's a stupid, awful, dumb Easter bunny who leaves stupid, awful, dumb Easter eggs everywhere in Animal Crossing on my island, and he's a scourge upon my whole world in real life and in the game. So that's all I'll say.
Tanner, do you concur?
Yeah, I concur. The bunny's creepy as fuck.
Now, Nate, I did want to follow up. Did you take measures last night to try and ensure this bunny did not attack you or your family? Did you do
I
something?
did try and dig a whole moat around him, and he did escape. Literally 10 minutes later, I found him on the other side of the island. So
It kind of maybe
pretty
he did
fucked
what
up.
he did. What like if you trapped people in like, you know, you made prison cells in your Sims game. I don't know why, but you would do that, and then people couldn't get out. So then they would make holes. They would pull a hole out of their pocket, throw it on the ground, and jump through.
he's more powerful than that.
Yeah,
Is that actually what would happen in The Sims?
It depended on the game that you were playing. I think the console version would do that. And I mean, what's the point if you can't just trap people and torment them?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, no, but you know what I mean? Like some sort of mythical, like
Like an urban legend almost.
kind of, yeah, like something that goes around the city. What's another? I don't know. Like I guess a leprechaun is the only thing I can think of.
It's just like a folktale kind of, where like people who are super dehydrated on certain days of the summer,
yeah, a Johnny
they'll
Apple.
turn around and there'll mysteriously be a bottle of Aquafina there, and it'll be ice cold.
Ice cold, but actually somehow he'll know what you prefer. Like if you like your bottle room temp, he'll know. He'll go for it.
Yeah.
He'll give it to you. And sometimes he knows that it's if you're super dehydrated, it's better to drink warmer water. You get
true.
hydrated a little faster. But I don't know. It's not really a superhero. Well, I guess it kind of is. If the character is like pulling out bottles, like just unlimited source of water. That's
water
super
bottles.
in a way. Is there anything? I feel like there needs to be something else with him. Or he could just be really good and just wants to keep you hydrated.
Now we gotta be careful to make sure that we don't just make Adam Sandler's the Waterboy.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as well.
Yeah.
Because they're really good at football, but their mom doesn't want them to play.
Yeah, wait, yes. I like where you're going with this.
Mama says an alligator's so angry because he's got all those teeth and no toothbrush to brush them.
My God, did you just
That's
pull
true.
a quote from fucking?
I don't know if that's verbatim, but it was something.
That's verbatim. Yeah, because then the Professor Colonel Sanders says it's because of the medulla oblongata.
oblongata.
And then he
What is
tackles him.
happening?
Oh,
Have you never seen Waterboy?
I have seen Waterboy, but I haven't seen it in probably 10 years, 12. When did it come out?
Whenever the Rugrats movie came out, because I made my brother not see that by forcing us to go to the Rugrats movie instead. Because I threw a fit.
Yeah, weird. 1998. So yeah, I probably haven't seen it since the year 2000.
Oh man, that movie was on repeat in my house.
I've definitely watched it.
Tanner, please turn it off. I will not.
It was you trying to make it up to your
say.
brother.
Yeah,
I'm
trying
sorry.
so hard.
I'm sorry,
Love me
Tyler.
now.
Hey, you'll get there one day.
Because then when we were talking about like the water being the like perfect taste, I was thinking when he drinks the glacier water. Do you remember that part?
Yeah, where he's like passed out and like needs to drink that special water or something.
And he's like, "That's some high quality H2O."
Yeah.
Remember that part, Nate?
I do remember that part.
Do you remember the team that he played on? What the college mascot was?
God, what are you doing?
It's like the Mud Dogs, right?
Waterboy.
Hold on, I've got a picture of the logo on his jersey. What is it? The Georgia... No.
Wasn't it Mississippi or something?
Louisiana, if that's helpful. Oh, I have it here if you want it.
Yeah, what is it? I need to know.
What did you say, Tanner?
I said Mud Dogs.
It is the Mud Dogs.
Hell yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. Drew, do you remember the bowl they played in? What the bowl game was called?
Was it not the Bourbon Bowl?
No, it was not.
It wasn't.
Unless I'm wrong.
What
I think it's the
it?
Gator Bowl.
Gator Bowl. Oh, I got bad news for you, bud.
Was it the Bourbon Bowl?
It's the Bourbon Bowl.
Oh, damn. I don't... God, I just remember thinking the Gator Bowl was such a weird thing because the Florida Gators were a team, so... Guess my memory failed me.
Yep.
Man, Kathy Bates has had a wild career. You ever think about that?
That's so true.
Like, what the... but like, mad respect for like all this like, she is everywhere. She is doing everything.
She's like just a classic, just crazy... Oh, I forgot Henry Winkler was the coach. Of course he was.
Holy shit. Wow. I completely forgot that.
You know, Kathy Bates can be fucking the mom in Waterboy, but then also that weird American debutante in Titanic. Like, what a diverse career.
Were those the same year?
A year apart.
Wow.
97 was Titanic.
Yeah, she has had a wild career.
So it's safe to say maybe could have been... No, probably not filming at the same time. I feel like Waterboy was just like filmed in 1998 and then thrown into theaters.
Yeah, it was probably filmed in 20 days and then like put in theaters within 20 days from that.
Would you call it maybe 8 Crazy Nights?
Hey guys,
Yeah.
guys, if I had like a frying pan and a wooden spoon, I would bang it over my head right now. We are 34 minutes in and we have not even begun to figure out what this hero is.
Yeah, so...
I mean, as much as I would love to continue to talk about Kathy Bates and Waterboy.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be about 24 minutes. Think about it this way: I'm gonna edit so much out, it's actually 24.
Yeah,
minutes.
I mean, I'm not really concerned about the overall runtime so much as I am concerned about my life. And
It's
getting back to
8:30
it.
p.m.
So, like,
Yeah, dude, I gotta watch Masked Singer tonight. Come on.
All right,
yeah,
all right.
who's
all right.
the banana? You know?
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out tonight.
Maybe.
Okay, so it's someone goes around, leaves water bottles. What else can we create some other powers, or is there some other evil for them to fight besides dehydration?
The greatest evil.
Maybe we could. Well, I don't want to backdoor pilot another villain of like Dr. Dehydration or something. But that's an option.
I mean, I think the main struggle I'm having right now is what he can do besides just leave water bottles for people.
What if we take the Jesus approach?
Okay.
And changes every like sports drink, sugary drinks. That's a no-no. We don't want to use those. Changes them all into water. Let's kind of
he turn anything into water. Is that something?
If you can tell that, you're drinking that Gatorade, but you really need water right now. I'm going to give you that crisp cold water. And the more people can get on the water, the better. He's going to start a water cult.
That sounds kind of evil.
Cults aren't good.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
I mean, come on. There's some good cults out there.
Could you name one, please?
Yeah, like there's the one that's like my neighbor started.
I was waiting for it.
We just go over and we just like, do his yard work for him, and then like that's, what we do. Yeah, you're not saying no, so I think that's a good one.
I was burping to myself, so like I
that was a long ass burp, mate.
I mean, I had to like prep it so that it didn't come out all at once, you know, so it didn't like burp. Okay, so
we don't have to do a water cult. I'm sorry, that's maybe too far, but maybe changing things into water could be a thing.
Because I feel like it whereas like, what is the name of the guy from Hydro Man? He turned himself into water. We could maybe like, this is sort of a subversion of that, and he can turn other things into water. That makes it different, or keeps it different.
Oh, and it's not like so like, wait, he could like point at the chair you're on, and it just turns into water and goes like.
Well, that's what we have to figure out. Is it anything you can see, anything you can point at,
that
anything
kind
you
of
can
fun.
touch?
Within reason, like nothing too big, but
I think we got to go touch, otherwise it's too powerful.
That's true, yeah.
But so, like, if a mugger holds a gun up to him, he can just put his hand on the gun and turn it into water.
You don't want to do this.
Let me touch your really cool gun before I die. Oh, okay.
Ooh,
oh, no.
Ooh, got your wrist in there. Oh, no.
I'm so sorry.
When he turns them to water?
Yeah, he's got this weird Midas touch. It's not everything he touches, or unless we want to go that way.
Or is it like a rogue thing where he has to wear gloves all the time?
Okay. But also, I do want to clarify, he can't control the water once it's like turned into water. It just splashes down. It's useless to him, right?
Yes, sure.
Okay. I think that's more funny. But yeah, anything he touches. Yeah, do we want to do a Midas thing?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to go with it. Then we know for sure we won't make the Waterboy on accident.
So wait, he's got the Midas touch, but with water. He's cursed to die of hunger in a couple of weeks.
No, he's got special gloves he can wear.
Wait, is there something about King Midas I'm not remembering?
Turns
Dude, he
everything
couldn't
to gold.
control what he changed into gold. Anything he touched, food included.
Yeah, it was like a curse.
Oh, right. No, we'll say this guy has some special gloves.
Yeah, I'm treating him more like Rogue than I am Midas.
He's got one of those hydrophobic,
Yeah.
hydrophobic material they turned into gloves.
They've got to be very special gloves, or else the gloves would turn into water.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just his hands. Maybe that's something.
Yeah.
'Cause otherwise, when the
Yeah.
food, I mean, I don't want to get too in the weeds, but the minute the food touches his mouth, it could also turn to water. So, like,
That's
I
a
think
good
maybe
point.
if we just limit it to his hands, he's not like
He's just like, yum, yum, yum.
he's a
I
hero
love
for
this
the next
water.
3 weeks until he dies.
Yeah.
The only thing he can eat, though, is watermelon.
He just loves it.
That's not a curse. He just fucking loves it so much. Okay, so that's something. That's super. Is he like, okay, let's revisit that scenario you had, Tanner, with the construction worker drilling on the corner in New York City. Turns around and in his hat, instead of a water bottle, the helmet is just full of fucking water.
Okay. Kind of gross.
Yeah. And yeah, I wouldn't drink it. And maybe the guy doesn't see it at first and he puts it on his head. Oof, splash. But
Well,
actually,
that'd probably be
that
pretty
kind of
relieving.
feels good. Yeah, I like that. All right. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
So he's going
Yeah, that's
around
good.
doing good deeds, leaving water people.
Yeah, until Big Water gets mad at him for giving out free water.
Mm.
Yeah, he goes up against Nestle, right? They make the water.
Yeah.
Nestle's the evil one, yeah.
Yeah, they got into some hot water because they were like, people were telling them they're fucking reduce their plastic waste or something like that.
They're just a bad company in general.
Yeah,
I
they're
believe.
very bad people.
The good thing about Nestle is that the one good thing about Waverly is that it has Nestle
Yeah.
in a Nestle
Nestle
plant in
plant
their town.
there.
So like, depending on what they're doing, the whole town can smell like chocolate. It's great.
That is true.
It's so good. Or cappuccino. Sometimes there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike Cedar Rapids. Cool.
All right, boys, dial it back in.
Cedar Rapids.
Another
is
favorite scene in
ass.
The Waterboy.
No.
Boy, I'm having a hard time thinking of any other scene in The Waterboy. Every scene I thought of was actually Happy Gilmore.
There's the part where he's like at a party and there's the professor he tackled, and he's got like one of those things around his neck.
And then he says, "The price is wrong, Bobby."
Then he asks, "How's that mother of yours?" And
yeah.
Then like runs away from him really quickly. Or when Henry Winkler's over for dinner and they're eating the snake, and he goes, "What part is this?" She goes, "Well, if I had to say, I'd say the knee."
What's for dessert? Squirrel. And that's what happened to Nate's squirrel that he nursed back.
Clang, 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 clang.
Is that
you banging a pan over my head?
Trying to call for help.
Yeah. Actually, I have a wrench here. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, I could maybe hold it up a little bit, but it's not important. I got your attention.
Okay. So does Nestle create someone whose power is to be really high in sodium and make people's mouths dry out?
Oh, so wait, do they create Dr. Dehydration?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good idea.
I love it.
And what I love about it most of all is that you already came up with the name, so that we don't have to do that later.
Yes.
Nate, why are you rushing us?
I'm not so much a rush as it is, that's it's the hardest part. And sometimes we're like making up 3 different things that we have to name.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right. Dr. Dehydration. So wait, someone high in sodium themselves and like can dehydrate you. Probably the antithesis. Like they also touch someone and that person gets super dehydrated.
Super thirsty. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so they release that person out in the world, and that creates the demand. But then this guy's to fight. Do they release this guy out in the world to fight the hero we created?
What?
Do they release him as a response to this hero that we created?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, it's you know what? I could see a situation where they're like, what they were working on it beforehand, and they're like, we need to move up the Dr. Dehydration project. We need them now, not in the future. Because I could see Nestle being the evil company that they are, trying to make people dehydrated anyway.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
All right. I mean, do we need to talk about them fighting, or are we good to just move on to creating the usual stuff?
We'll just say that they touch hands together because he tricks them into playing a game of patty cake and they both explode.
Oh, so our hero sacrifices themselves, but then
sorry, go
ahead. Tanner, at the end after credits, what do we see?
We see his butler in France at a cafe. Is it France? I think it's France.
I don't know where. I think it was maybe Italy or something like
somewhere.
that.
And he looks over and he nods at him.
And he's sitting next to Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Ooh, apparently Siri thought that was.
Did you say Anne Hathaway? Allow me to cut in.
Anyway, yeah, I like the sacrifice play, the person to throw themselves across the wire. So outfit, costume, what's that? This one we can go a little crazy with, probably. Or what if this person wears white robe, goes around, long hair, beard, sandals, just goes around.
Okay, so if we do go with that, what does the villain wear?
Horns,
like a full black suit, like a 3-piece suit that's just jet black.
That could be a suave.
Yeah.
So one thing I think could be good for our main character is like, so he's wearing like tan pants and like a sort of a flannel shirt with, I don't know, like sort of a vest over it with like pockets for all the individual water bottles.
You are definitely
he's also
Bobby
carrying
Boucher.
a big bucket of ice, it appears, and he's got a helmet in one hand, and above him the words Adam Sandler, the Waterboy, appear.
Okay, but actually, what if he had like one of those hats that has the bottles,
beer cans in it?
Except it's 2 bottles of water next to it. Then maybe he has like What's it called? The backpack that has the water in it.
Camelback.
Yeah, that, and just a lot of water. But also like a maybe a wetsuit. He gets a little wet on the job.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna want to keep those. Yeah, you want to keep your actual body dry, so just prevent discomfort.
And special gloves, as we mentioned.
Of course.
Yeah. And then I do like what you said, Tanner, with like the very like 3-piece suit, polished shoes, going around dehydrating people. Oof, ouch. Do comic book cover, what's that look like? What could be fun is their like final confrontation where they're touching and like there's this huge energy wave around them or something.
Yeah, like some Dragon Ball Z shit.
Yeah, but that's kind of like revealing the end of the...
Yeah, it's like the trailer for oh shit, what was that
Waterboy.
movie called? There's some
The
found
Waterboy?
footage film where they show like the final shot in the trailer.
Really?
It's where they're quarantined off in this place.
Oh.
Fuck, that's gonna bother me.
Isn't it just called Quarantine?
Is that what it's called? Yeah, actually, I think it is called Quarantine. I think you're right.
Yeah, it's in 2008. They made sequels to it as well. The famous it stars the sister from Dexter.
Yeah, it is called Quarantine. Yeah, it's a remake of some Spanish film.
Yeah. I did not know. Wait, what was the big twist at the end that they revealed? I don't care.
There's no big twist. It's just like there's a shot in the trailer where like she's crawling up to the camera and then she gets dragged away from it, and that's literally the final shot in the movie.
That is the
Wreck?
poster.
Yeah, Wreck is the like
American
I think it was made
version?
in Spain.
That's
Quarantine's
actually the
American
poster.
version.
Like Jennifer
I see.
Carpenter's character. That's the cover of the DVD as well.
Yeah, it just gives away the end. That's the final shot of the movie.
Stupid. Wow, that's really dumb. Anyway, yeah, sure, why not? We don't care.
So we'll do it too.
We'll ruin the end. Was it a good movie, Tanner?
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. It's a solid found footage film because a lot of those can suck.
All right, then name. We've already got Dr. Dehydration.
So it could be Dr. Hydration.
I don't like the lack of alliteration that has.
Fair.
How about
The hydration hero.
Herbie Hydration.
okay?
His name is Herbie.
It's Herbie Hancock.
Yeah, that's also what I was going for.
Yeah. Hero. Hydro hero. Water warrior.
Waterboy.
Ooh, the Water Warrior is good.
Water warrior is pretty good. Hydro.
Yeah.
Hydro hero, maybe.
I think Water Warrior's the one.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Nate, are you?
Yeah,
on
I
board?
thought it was really good.
All right.
I'm good with it.
Okay, Water Warrior then. Okay. We're good?
I think so. Tanner, you want to play us out?
Yeah. This is going to conclude issue number 141 of Headline Heroes. This week we created Water Warrior and backdoor piloted the villain Dr. Dehydration. They have opposite powers of touching things and either making them water or dehydrated. I guess it's not direct opposites, but yeah. As always, at this time, we'd like to thank Brett Jacobson for creating the art for our show. Brett right now is trying to create the world's largest beer can pyramid in his driveway. So if you need him, he is probably currently in his driveway sitting in a lawn chair shirtless. So.
Yeah, he's already got 3 cans on that thing.
Yeah.
He's
never drank before. This is his first time drinking, so he's giving her a try.
Wow.
We should also thank Carl Sorensen. Carl did all the music for our podcast and helps with all the post-production of the audio. If you're interested in working with Carl on any sort of musical project, you can reach out to him at carljsorensen.com. And as always, we are part of the PodFix Network. If you are interested in learning more about the PodFix Network and all the great shows on it, you can go to podfixnetwork.com. You can find links to all, their Facebook, their Twitter, their Instagram, and it has easy links to all the various shows on the network. Big welcome to the newest podcast to the network, Always Never Right, a podcast with adult ingredients. Check that one out. Yeah.
I'm sure their Twitter is up and running. Just like
they're an adult though. Their podcast is an adult, not a 3-year-old baby.
Goo Goo Gaga. Welcome. If you have any articles you come across, send them our way. Some wacky ones, some funny ones. We'd love to have them. Send them to. Don't send. You could try and send them to our Twitter. I don't know what's going to happen. But our Twitter is at headline_heroes. But maybe more reliable right now would be our email, headlineheroescast@gmail.com. You can send them to our Facebook group, Headline Heroes on that. Sometimes you can DM them to us on there as well. And what's our subreddit, r-headline heroes. We have a voicemail that you can call in, leave a voicemail like Keith did at the beginning. So thank you, Keith, again for that. That number is 319-596-6766. So give us a call. Whatever you're listening to us on, iTunes, Google Play, or any other podcast app. If you could leave a rating, 5 stars, or a review, tell us what you think. That would really mean a lot to us. Hit that subscribe button, tell a friend about us, and finally, thank you for listening, and we hope you'll pick up the next issue of Headline Heroes.